Hello, wayward souls. I hope you guys are doing well today. I want to talk about how empaths are very much likely to be addicted to substances, substances, and things like that. How an empath becomes an empath is through childhood trauma. Unfortunately, it's a superpower born from the darkness. So basically, when you grow up as a child and you face a lot of trauma, or you see a lot of negativity or a lot of dysfunction and toxicity as a young person, and you grow up in that environment, it teaches you to become super aware of your surroundings and aware of like pretty much everything around you, because you've probably spent a lot of your life in survival mode. So, seeing how like someone else is going to react to that person, like you're just really, you learn to become super tuned into your environment as well as other people, because you're used to being in an unstable environment where anything could happen at any time, essentially, right? So you develop extreme empathy. And I'm pretty empathic myself. Like I'm not going to, I don't want to complain, but it's not been the easiest childhood. And I've been around a lot of things that kind of made me want to be aware of my surroundings. So it is a superpower because it makes you be able to feel what someone else is feeling. Like you just know, and you can, and it's like tapping into your psyche. Like it really awakens your third eye and your psyche, despite all that negativity and where it came from. You can feel what someone else is feeling. You can almost know just by looking at somebody what they're feeling. And you can have extreme intuition when it comes to past, present, or future. And, all of us as people have the ability to tap into this. It just takes a lot of practice and a lot of work. And even for empaths too, the more you practice tuning in and developing your psyche, the stronger. It's like building a muscle. So you can become more aware. But you definitely get a kickstart if you've had a lot of trauma in your childhood. But the downside of this is that you're so sensitive to your surroundings and to other people that you can end up in situations where, people take a little bit too much from you, or being in crowded places make you so anxious, or things like that, right? Like, or if you're constantly around a group of people that feel a certain way, and it could be a lower vibration, and you wonder why you come home feeling, exhausted and just no motivation to do anything. A lot of it is because you're so in tune with your surroundings that you're feeling their energy and you're taking it in. And what happens when you do that is you're taking on other people's shit, essentially. So whether you know it or not, you could just be feeling it and not even fully know that you're doing it. But again, if you're coming home exhausted every day and you're one of these people that feels like this, I would definitely look into that, because it could be why you're feeling like extreme fatigue. But anyway, this is leading up to the whole addiction thing. Swear to God. So, as an empath, you feel a lot of stuff around you all the time. And sometimes you can't help but feel people's emotions and things like that. And sometimes that can even make you overwhelmed, right? Like super overwhelmed from everyone's energy and everything that's going on, like loud traffic, anything like that, big crowded places. You're taking all that in, but then it can also make you hyperprotective and hypersensitive, and, have thoughts of, for example, oh, my coworker really hates me because he's annoyed with me today. And this is a common thing I see with empaths, is their protective mode or safety mode is on the highest level it's at. So you start to overthink too. And then this is where the overthinking comes from, and the insomnia and, feelings of anxiousness and depression and things like that. It's just it's not just this, but a lot of it is the result of being overexhausted from being overstimulated, from taking in too much energy and things like that. So a lot of empaths will turn to, weed or cigarettes or alcohol, things like that, or even the harder stuff. For me, it was weed. That was my savior. I literally stopped when I was in high school. I was trying so hard to like just make it into society that I was having like panic attacks and depression. I didn't understand my emotions, and I'm not saying like weed was my savior, but it definitely was at the time, because I stopped having these panic attacks when I started smoking weed, and my grades were still good, by the way. And that just, that was before it was an addiction though, because I've definitely been addicted to it before. And it's not even the substance itself. You can be addicted to anything really, but if you find that you're one of these people that's going through stuff and you're constantly feeling overwhelmed or just not grounded, and if you find yourself constantly doing a habit that might not be the best for you, take that as a sign. Like, maybe you need to look at that with more sincerity and think, oh, like, is this actually benefiting me? Or is this just covering up the problem? So when you look into this and then you understand that maybe it's time to do healthier things that help you stop feeling overwhelmed from all the energy around us, doing things like alone time in nature and grounding yourself, because the best way to ground yourself is in nature, because if you sit on the ground or if you lay your back against the tree, you're taking in their energy. Like, we're all connected beings. We're all on Mother Earth. We all came from Mother Earth. It's like we're all related, really. So, like, I'm telling you, like, when I sit in nature and I lean against the tree and I just ask for like some love and care from the universe, like, and you just let it come in, like, it's so relaxing and it's so grounding, and it helps you. It even makes it easier for you to face your emotions head on and what you're going through. And like, if you're trying to stop doing a bad habit, like, the tears are going to come because all that stuff you've been hiding and packing down, the suitcase is going to spring open and all your shit's going to fly out, but let it. I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. Maybe you need a different method to do this too. Sorry, I shouldn't even tell you how to live your life. Sorry. I'm passionate about this method because it really helped me. And if anyone else, and you feel like this is like something for you, then sweet, give it a try. But there is other methods out there. I just found like this was the only one that really worked for me. Like, just finding healthy ways to ground yourself and even stop it from, stop yourself from consuming so much energy in the external world, right? Things like yoga or even general exercise, and definitely meditation helps with this too. Helps clear your mind. What I learned when I took Pranic Healing Level 1, and I learned that, if something's heavily on your mind, it could be a person or thing or a situation. Because they're so heavily on your mind, it's almost like they're attached to you. And that's the energy of it, right? So it's like an energetic cord between you and that person that's overwhelming you, or that maybe it's a job interview or something like that, right? You can picture an energetic cord between you and that person or thing, and picture cutting this cord with green scissors. And I shit you not, when I try this, and sometimes you have to do it repeatedly, right? But you picture yourself cutting that cord between you and that other person or thing. And you and then you picture being in your own energy, and just imagery is like really good for this too, right? If you picture that and you do that, it actually really helps. I don't think I've ever fully felt in my own energy or as myself since I started doing that. It was really cool. I highly recommend that one. And meditation too, because it's if you when I started meditating, or once I actually got really good at it, there'd be times where seriously deep stuff would come up that I didn't even know was there. And it was like, whoa, you're right there. But for real, and it's weird. It came to my attention, and then I guess that was something that I had to focus on healing if I wanted to heal. And I'm glad it did, because I don't feel as heavy anymore. I feel very light now. It's been a long few years, practicing this stuff, and I definitely feel lighter and happier, and as a person than how I was before, you know, just fearing like the world and all this stuff and caring what people thought of me. And like, it's not fun to be there. And when you learn self-love and self-empowerment and get to, get to places where you can ground yourself and forget the rest of the world that's overwhelming, and be in your own space and your own power, and, you know, be in your own world for a bit, like building a relationship with yourself and spending time with yourself, especially like out in nature, or even if it's shopping, but like actually spending time with yourself and having conversations with yourself and being in your own energy. That alone also helps you stay within your own perspective. Like you're not overwhelmed by other people anymore. And also, the more you value yourself and respect yourself and love yourself, you don't attract as many leechy people or like energy vampires, like, because those people, like, half the time they don't even know that they're sucking your energy out, or, you know, whether it's talking too much or asking for too many favors. Half the time they don't even know that they're doing that. That's the crazy part. Like, it's just the lack of awareness. So what you can do as an individual, as a self-empowered individual, is if someone's asking too much of you, or someone's really invading your energy in some way, like, cut those energetic cords and like get some time for you and spend time with you. And that is basically an alarm system saying, like, you time is needed. You got to be on your side to succeed in life. You have to be on your side. You have to be your best friend. You're basically married to yourself until you die. That's one of these, one of the ladies on YouTube said that because she was talking about relationships. I was like, that's hilarious. It's true though. Like, you're the number one. You're stuck with you forever. So make it work. And it's fun when you do. Like, you actually end up getting to know who you are and what you like in this world. And it makes experiencing life in general so much more fun. And when you do that, you don't even really, like, for me, I didn't even really feel the need to like substances or need them too much anymore. I mean, me and pot are still pretty close, but I've been smoking more of the CBD stuff. And I wouldn't say I'm like addicted to it. Like, I don't need to have it every day. But it's also a plant medicine, right? And I think everything in moderation is pretty awesome. There's even books out there called Wake, Bake, and Meditate, and it's about meditating with weed, because it does open your creative side, right? It's really good for that. And I think as long as nothing's ruining your life, you're doing great. That's great. If you find that something is, though, and it might not be the best for you, have a look at this video and see if it resonates with you. Or try something else. You're going to find something that you need when you need it. The universe supplies when you are ready and open to receiving it. Okay. Have a wonderful day, guys.